I'm going to do a quick testing. Can you guys hear me? Sound check. Awesome. Good morning. Welcome to 9:15 yoga. Good turnout. Everyone got their camera on that wants to. So far, I can not see Christine or Nicole, and on yours is, maybe you're just not in the frame right now. It looks like I'm looking at a wood floor, but I can't really tell. Okay, guys, my name is Amber, and we're gonna start in child's pose. Thank you for coming this morning. Just kind of make your way down into your space. Fill up that mat. And start to breathe. Go ahead and anchor your mind to your breath. What I mean by that is just let your brain, that monkey mind that may or not be pinging all over the place with thoughts, let that attach to the inhales and exhales. Give it something to watch, something to do. Notice that as you inhale, your whole chest cavity expands. And notice when you exhale, it collapses a little bit. Take both of your fingertips on your next inhale. Give rise to the belly. Exhale, move your fingers over to the right corner of your mat. And reaching long through the left side body. Create some space there. There you go. Awesome. Take another inhale. Move your fingers back to center. And then fill up again. Deep belly breathing in through the nose. Big exhale over to the left. Walk those fingers over. And then get them planted firmly on the ground so that you can pretty much attach your finger pads there. You can pull back with your hips. Take another breath in. Move back to center. Child's pose. And one more inhale. And give rise to your tabletop. Walk your hands back until they're underneath your shoulders. Find your little box and then start to move. And you can fill in that space with any kind of movement that feels good to you right now. Like, what is that? And if you don't know what to do, close your eyes. Maybe just start to move from right to left. Maybe start to work out all the kinks in your joints. What joints are needing a release right now? If it's the wrists, go ahead and come back, sit back on your knees and move them around for a sec. Maybe you turn the fingers toward your knees. If it's your ankles, lift your feet off the floor and make little circles. Now let's take some cat-cows together. Take a big inhale, let your belly drop down towards the ground. Lift up with your head, look up. Good, now exhale, lift the belly up. Let your back come up towards the ceiling, high. Press the ground away from your hands. And then inhale back down into cow pose. Just take a couple of rounds of these. Feel free to keep your eyes shut so that you can just feel out where you need to be, just following your breath as you move. One more time. One more big inhale. And one more big exhale. Let it go with a sigh. Come into a flat back. Reach the crown of your head forward. Reach your tailbone to the opposite end, to the back of the room. And then lift your tail, downward facing dog. And curl your toes under, lift all the way up into that inverted V. And then press into your hands and feet to support yourself right now. And start pedaling out your feet. Right, now we're gonna really warm up the backs of our legs here. So everybody take a big inhale, lift your right leg up into the air. Each leg's going up 5 times. Good, put it down. Good, lift the left leg up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale back up with the right leg. Good, move it down. And go slow as you need to. If I'm going faster than you want to, go slower. Left leg goes up. Left leg goes down. Inhale up with the right leg. Exhale back. Inhale up with the left. That's 3, both sides. Good, 2 more. Down. Right leg lifts. Big breath in. Release. Left leg lifts. Good, last time. Lift your right leg up. This time, bend your knee. Open up your hip. And help that along. Press your right heel over towards the left side of the room a little bit harder. Then still grounding down through all 10 fingers. Hello, little one. Nicole, your daughter's so cute. All right, stay here or flip your dog over. God, what are you giving rise to right now? What's the next step? And then don't think any further than that. I often notice how if I stay in my bubble, not that I'm not trying to expand within that bubble, but if I just stay in that bubble of this one moment, then there doesn't seem to be any stress. I can handle whatever's happening now. You can too. But flip back over, downward facing dog. Come into plank. Good, first plank of the day. Draw your shoulders back, pull the pit of your belly in and up, and then step your right foot to your right hand, low lunge. Use that core to get you there. And just for the first breath or so, try to keep your back knee off the ground. Yeah, if you want to take high lunge like Anthony's doing, that's great. Wherever you feel like you're going to get the best stretch in that back leg, that one right here. So the right leg is forward, this left hip flexor has the chance to open a little. And take another inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back to high plank, downward facing dog. Then we get to take that left leg up into the air one more time. So lift it up, bend your knee, open your hip. And take 2 good breaths here, just to press over. If you want to flip your dog after that, go ahead. Just remember, one moment at a time. We weren't designed to live life every moment at a time. So for our mental and emotional health, stay where you are. That's where you belong, right here, right now. Take another inhale. Welcome, Matt. Hello, good morning. And move back to downward facing dog. Good, and then high plank. Second high plank of the day. Move your shoulders over your wrists. Press your heels back over your toes. And then step your left foot to your left hand. Low lunge. Yeah, again, or high lunge. Whatever's going to get your goat right now. Whatever's going to make you feel good. We're still in that process of reintroducing ourselves to the physical aspect of our body. Some of us might have just gotten out of bed or have been sitting at a desk so far, haven't had the time to stretch. Yeah, so feel it out gently. So now step back to plank. And then take your right foot to your right hand, your left foot to your left hand. Let's go into goddess pose. So just gently let the hips open. Maybe you help them out by pressing the outsides of the elbows onto the insides of your knees, hands at heart center. But really focus on your spinal column right now. Just finding that length from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. That feels crunched up. Lift up, draw your shoulders back. Take a breath in. Drop your fingertips, straighten your legs all the way up to ragdoll. So we're still hinging at the hips here, bending at the waist. Fill up with a big breath in. Open up your mouth, exhale it out, and as you do, let go of the upper body and any of the tension that's stored there, any of the stressors of this moment, of which there shouldn't be a whole lot. Maybe past stress comes flooding down on you too. And then you have to process that. Take it in stride. Big breath in. Exhale, big breath out. And for the next few breaths, let's take a little gentle side sway. Maybe your eyes closed and you just picture your back letting go of anything that it's holding on to. Maybe some of the concrete or the crust that's keeping it hemmed up right now are starting to melt away and tumble down. I love to visualize. I don't know if you guys ever do that, but I feel like it really, really helps. Like honestly, I feel like the mind thing, the mind-body connection, anything that you can picture can happen in the body, even healing. So if that's what you need, picture that now, anywhere. Drop your fingers to the ground. Let out all the air in your lungs. Biggest exhale. Even if you weren't ready for an exhale, let the rest of it go. And then let's take a big breath in, rise up to mountain pose. A big stretch. Just rinse off the rest of your sleep if there's anything left. Beautiful. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's take a big breath in. 1 Om to start class. Inhale. Inhale, back up with the arms. Exhale down to the ground. Good. Press the floor away. Inhale, stretch it back up, mountain pose. Last time. Exhale, forward fold again. This time, inhale, halfway lift. Stretch the crown of your head forward. Exhale, step to plank. And just keep thinking of this also as a stretch. Okay, a stretch for the whole spine, a stretch for the back of the legs, a stretch for the back of your neck. So reach the crown of your head forward, press your heels back over your toes, and then bend your elbows. Low plank. Good. Inhale, upward dog. Collarbones and chest move forward through the space. Take a big inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Move it back. Breathe in, look forward. Step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Take a big breath in, press the ground away, stretch it up. High mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to halfway lift. Exhale, back to your plank shape, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let it out. Oh, how I miss hearing you guys sigh. Good. Take a breath. Look forward. Go forward. Inhale, halfway lift, fold. Big breath in, rise up to Tadasana. Last time, make it a long one. Good. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands, bend your knees, hop or step. Halfway lift, fold. Rise up into your chair shape. Maybe even come into your mountain pose first, just so you can get an idea of how long that should feel. Good. Then bend your knees, sure. If you feel like you're not low enough, maybe a good gauge or something I've been doing is tapping the fingers on the ground and then coming back up to your Tadasana just with the knees bent and the hips pressed back. And so when you think about grounding down your feet right now, if you've got a pretty high arch like I do, you're not going to be able to touch every single cubic millimeter of your foot down to the ground, right? So I think of my foot like a suction cup on the ground. That's how I like to visualize that. So I can picture all four corners of my feet gripping down into the mat. My toes are spreading. And then I've got some support. So with that support, we're going to take our arms up and we're going to move the right leg back into Warrior 3. So we're not in an airplane because one, our arms are moving forward, and two, my left leg is still pretty bent. So just reach forward, still kind of in chair pose with that left leg, and then put the right leg back down on the ground. Spread the toes out again, makes that suction cup, and then let's take the left leg back. Reach forward with your fingertips, draw back with the shoulder blades. Take a breath in, back to chair. Good, recommit to the ground. Ground down the feet, take a breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Into that downward facing dog. Take your right leg into the air. Pull it up as you breathe. Exhale the right foot to the right hand. Inhale, rise up, Warrior 1. So just taking a couple breaths to get this set up really here. And then once you're here, there's no reason why you can't readjust if you need to. So if you got to help yourself out, pull your hips forward, draw your inner thighs in, squeeze your glutes, take a breath, look up between your hands. Let's go back. So bend your arms, or you can keep them straight. So cactus arms, goalpost arms, regular arms. Just bring an expansive quality to the chest here as you reach for the back of the room. And then into chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And take a breath in, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot to your left hand. Take a breath in, set up your feet, rise up, Warrior 1. There goes that hip, Sam. Did it happen? Okay, good. Oh, take an inhale. Exhale, go back, feel back with the arms. A deep breath in. Exhale back a little bit further. And then chaturanga. Could notice if there's any sense of rush. We've got nothing but time. That's all we have, honestly. Think about it. Upward dog, downward facing dog. Now let that sink in for a second. You know, for the rest of your life, you've got nothing but time, right? We may have certain things that we want to accomplish, but really there's nowhere else to go. Unless we make it to Mars, we're not getting off this planet. So let's just take our time doing whatever it is that we're doing and enjoying it as we go. Take a breath, jump between your hands. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose. All right, let's get sweaty. Bring your hands to heart center, twist to the right. Good, step your left foot back, crescent lunge. Spin the back heel down, lift your arms, Warrior 1. Take a breath in, open up, Warrior 2. And back to Warrior 1. Bring your hands to heart center. Spin the back heel over the toes, back into your crescent lunge prayer twist. Step back up, chair pose prayer twist. Take an inhale, lift your arms. Bring your hands back to heart center, twist left. And step the right foot back. So crescent lunge prayer twist on your left. Take an inhale, spin the back heel down, lift the arms up, Warrior 1. Exhale, open up into Warrior 2. And take a breath in, come back into Warrior 1. Spin the back heel over the toes. Bring your hands to heart center, twist back to the left. Take a breath in, we're stepping back to chair pose. Stay with me. Take an inhale, sit the hips back, take a breath in, lift your arms up, chair pose, fold forward. And guys, the best is still yet to come because we're gonna take this into a regular sun B now. So chaturanga. Halfway lift, fold, upward dog, downward dog, excuse me. You guys know what to do, okay? Take your right foot forward, warrior one. And open up, warrior two. And this time, take your liberties. Reverse that warrior. Open up the side body. And chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Other side. Left side, warrior one. And warrior two. Reach your left hand forward. Flip the palm. Go back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Let's keep it moving. Look between your hands, jump or step there. Halfway lift, fold, chair pose. And sit your right leg over your left leg. So right foot on top of the left thigh. Sit down into the hip. Take a breath in. Exhale, back to warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Look between your hands, hop or step. Halfway lift, fold, rise up, chair pose. Take your left foot over your right thigh, sit down into the hip. So bring your hands to heart center. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Unwind, step the left foot back, warrior one. Open up, warrior two. And flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. Good, breathe. Hopefully we got that heart going a little bit. That tapas, the internal heat, the fire is stoked, it's burning. I don't think a lot about the symbolism of this, but honestly, when that happens, I like to remind myself sometimes when I remember that I'm sort of just burning away. I'm burning away the bad stuff, kind of the way we do when we burn sage. We burn away the negative energy. The other day, I finished one of my journals. I got to the last page and I went outside and burned it. Just kind of, you know, as people burn their intentions or burn the things they don't want to do anymore in rituals and ceremonies. It's just like, it's gone. That's what we're doing with our internal fire right now. What is it that you need to let go of? You know, and then be willing to let that go. Let go of what you must. And look between your hands, hop or step there. Halfway lift, fold back into chair pose. So lower down as far as you can, Ardha Utkatasana. And bring your hands onto the ground. Then come up onto your heels. Okay, we're ready for crow, so go ahead, go right into crow. Take a couple breaths, lift up with your chest. Yes, Mike, go. Yes, lift up higher. Perfect. Okay, anyone who's in crow, go to chaturanga. Beautiful. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Yes, that's it. Okay, let's do that again. So look between your hands, hop or step. We're gonna go back with the chair pose entrance. I'm kind of liking this lately. I really feel like it's an easy way to explain this. So come back into chair pose. We're gonna do it a little bit differently this time. Instead of going into Ardha Utkatasana, come up onto your heels. Oops, come up onto your toes. And then lower down. Lower your hips onto your heels. Open the knees wide like we're almost going into goddess pose. Then bring your hands down. Now, if you're one of those people that likes to keep your knees like out to the sides like this, I want to invite you to try something a little bit different. I want to invite you to try to bring your knees straight back onto the backs of your forearms instead of out to the side. I feel like this is a little more security. But since you guys have the availability of different props and tools at home, maybe you try something different this time and bring your knees straight back. Because you can put a block underneath your head. You can put a pillow underneath your head. Right? You guys have all these options right now. Just play. Really nice, Nicole. I love that idea. Good. Perfect. Okay, then when you guys get ready to, when you want to jump back to chaturanga, all you'll do is you'll press your chest forward, and then you'll get the momentum to. It's like an ejection. It will eject yourself back. It's the best way I can think of to describe it. And go to chaturanga. Yes, good, Monica. When you're ready, go to chaturanga. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. And then step your right foot to your right hand. Crescent lunge. Rise up. And then we're going to take a big open twist to the right. So if I was on the right, I would do this. Big open twist, really expansive. Notice the thoracic spine opening up to the right. Just kind of picture like this back hand here, my right hand, I'm just trying to shake the hand of someone back there or grab onto them. So I'm being pulled back and also forward. And take a breath in. We're going to switch gears here and go into half moon. Not revolved half moon, but half moon. So the right hand's going to come down. Left leg's going to lift up. Take your block, steady yourself. Look up at your top hand. And breathe. If you guys want to access something a little bit deeper, reach around with that left hand. See if your left foot is available. Nice, Kay. Beautiful. And breathe in. Expand with your chest. And exhale, step back to your warrior two. So the left foot's going to step back gently and carefully. We're going to rise up into the warrior two. And reverse your warrior, extended side angle. So take the right hand down, left hand reaches back up. Good, and then everybody reach your top arm around. That's gonna be your left arm. Reach around for the back, the small of your back, or whatever it is that you can grab a hold of right now. Find some grounding with that left hand. So we're taking a half a bind, wrap that around behind the back. Yes, beautiful, Gloria. So Gloria's got the full bind. Anybody else want to go there? Sam's, yeah, good. And then from here, maybe you step your back leg up. I can see On already going into Birds of Paradise. Yes, Anthony's moving into it. Good. Kay is going into it. Let's go. Monica, yes. Everybody reach. And then see if you can slowly move back into extended side angle. And move back down to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And step your left foot to your left hand into crescent lunge. And then we open, big open twist. And bring that left knee right over your ankle. And then lean forward with the chest, press forward with the chest, press back with your right hip. Take a breath in, reach back with that left hand, forward with the right. Half moon, so the left hand's coming down, right hand's going up. And when you've got that hand down on the ground, it doesn't matter what pose you're in, always think, I'm pressing the ground away. Never think I'm using the ground for support. Like we're pressing down, but only to lift up. So we're pressing away. Be light on your fingertips, be light on your wrist or your block or whatever it is that's basing you right now. Maybe so light that you actually start to levitate up with that hand. Maybe you take it away just for a second, just to see where the balance is, where your center of gravity lies. And then gently step back to warrior two. Reverse your warrior. That extended side angle. And take your right hand, wrap it around behind the back. And see if you've got that double bind. If you do, go into Birds of Paradise. And you know what, guys, I don't say this enough, but if you have something at home like that's a strap, I mean, I don't care if it's a sock. It could be a tie. It could be anything that's like got two ends on it. That can help you create that double bind so that you can try this Birds of Paradise if you want to, even before you can necessarily connect your hands. Yeah, because that doesn't really matter. Breathe. Go back to extended side angle. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Okay, let's go into, everyone look between your hands, hopper step there. Halfway lift, fold, mountain pose. And then step your left leg back into crescent lunge. 3 breaths. Just look up between your hands, let your shoulders lift, and then maybe let them drop away for a second. And lift them back up. Just notice the difference between lifting and just kind of relaxing. And neither one of these is wrong, actually. I like them both. Just notice if your shoulders feel tired, maybe let them relax away from your ears. If they don't, you can reach up as high as you can. Just something to think about. Good, spin the back heel down. Let's go into warrior one. Actually, let's not do that. Spin the back heel up. Let's go back to crescent lunge, and let's go into warrior three. And from here, let's move into dancer. So reach around for the left foot. Bring it up. Reach forward with the right hand. Take a breath in. Back to crescent lunge. Spin into warrior two. So the back heel spins down, arms open up. Straighten the front leg. Let's go into triangle. Breathe. The bigger the inhale, the bigger the exhale. The bigger the exhale, the more you release. The more you release, the cleaner you are. The cleaner you are, the lighter you feel. I can go on. Feeling light is good. Take a breath. Let it go. Come back into warrior two. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's come back into, so look between your hands, go there. Halfway lift, fold, rise up to Tadasana, stretch it up. And then step the right foot back, crescent lunge. 3 breaths. Okay, just noticing what's going on in your whole body right now with the relationship of your hips, the front hip to the back hip. Maybe the back hip is really starting to open. If it's not, press your chest forward. Press your right hip forward. Kind of lean into that. You will feel something in the back hip. Take a breath and let's press off the back toes into warrior three. Reach your right hand around, catch the foot, dancer. So we're not really moving the left arm unless we have to. It's staying put. Take a big breath in. Step back to crescent lunge. Good, spin into warrior two. Back heel spins down, arms open up. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your front leg, move into triangle. Come back up into warrior two. Straighten your front leg again, and then we're gonna turn all 10 toes toward the right. Lift your arms up. Take a big breath in, exhale, forward fold. Think about the options right now. If your crown is touching the ground and you want to get upside down, then go there. If you need a deeper stretch, walk both of your hands over to one ankle and then over to the other ankle. What feels like it could use a little more opening right now? If it's your back, maybe grab both of your big toes with your peace fingers and pull yourself down a little more like you would in the ragdoll. Bend your elbows. Relax your neck and your head. If you want to open your hips a little more right now, bend your knees. There you go, okay? That looks juicy. Take one more breath wherever it is that you are right now. And then rise back up really slowly. Take your time getting back up to the top. And pivot both of your toes back to the front. And step back to plank. Good. 5 breaths right here. No rush. Set your gaze between your hands so the crown's lengthening forward. Press your tail back. Notice what happens to you under pressure. Notice what happens when you're asked to find out how strong you are. Just see what's coming up. And then be ready to meet that, whatever it is. This is your last breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend your elbows lower down to low plank. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down onto your belly. Rest on your favorite cheek. Let's take 2 breaths here. And then flip it on over to the other side. 2 more breaths here. And then bring your arms behind you. Let's interlace the fingers behind our back. See if you can catch those. If you don't, you can grab something or you can just reach back. Good. Now with the top of the feet pressed into your mat, we're just going to lift your head, your neck, and your chest and shoulders off the ground. Good. Keep the tops of the feet pressing down. Notice how that activates different parts of your body. Probably activates the glutes a little more. Maybe the low back, the fronts of the legs. Breathe. and then release. Take a big inhale, come back up, just like that. Toes pressing down into the ground, shoulders drawing back, and let go. And keep your arms reaching back. This time, bend your knees in towards your body. Grab your feet. We're gonna move on up into bow. Okay, so if bow is not your friend and it's always just, your body's just talking to you, screaming at you while you're doing this, I want you to think pressing your feet into your hands so that the feet are actually still moving back. Your hands, your shoulders are pressing back. Your chest is the only thing pressing forward. Everything else is moving back. Take a breath in, lift up a little bit higher. You guys can do this. Lift up and then release. Take your knees side to side. Take a big breath in, back up to bow. Last time. Let's see if we can deepen this somehow. Maybe just by bringing the feet or the knees in a little closer together. Maybe we just draw the shoulders back more. Fuller expression. Everybody go. Lift up. See if your knees are on the ground, see if you can pull them up a little higher with your hands. Release. Take your knees side to side. Take your arms out to your sides. Lift your right leg up and move it over the left side of your body. So reach that right foot towards the left hand. There you go, Anthony, good. And then just rest on that hip. So if you guys we want to rest on the left hip, but we don't want to be completely flipped over. Come back to center. Let's go to the other side. Take the left leg up. Move it over the right side. Come back to center. Let's go into cobra. So just bring your hands right underneath your shoulders there. Little baby lift. Just barely off the ground. Take a breath in. Rise up to up dog. And look over your right shoulder. Take a little twist to the right while you're there. Open up your chest. Come back to center. Go to the left. Look to the left. Twist to the left. Breathe to the left. Come back to center. Downward facing dog. Make your way onto your back. Set up for bridge, set up for wheel. Whatever's waiting for you right now. What is that? Come up to wheel, come up to bridge. Everybody get up. Take another breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, press. Get upside down. If you're in wheel right now, press your chest to the back of the room. Press your feet down to lift up. Exhale, lower. And remember how we talked about our feet as suction cups. So ground down all four corners of your feet. Let's go back up, bridge or wheel. Breathe, lift. If your elbows are bent, see if you can straighten them a little. Lower back down. Take your knees side to side. And lift back up, bridge or wheel. 2 more. If wheel's in your practice at this point, go into wheel. Good, lift a leg off the ground. Yes, go Nicole. Yes, Anthony, yes, Sam. Everybody come all the way down. Take your knees side to side. Take another breath in. Last back bend of the day, go. Go now, if not now, then when? Like this is your opportunity. Take hold of that, lift up, breathe in and out. And take a leg up into the air, your opposite leg. Good, lift it up higher, Sam, I know you can. Good, and release. Take your knees side to side. Move on to the back, and then as you're ready, Supta Baddha Konasana. Supine butterfly. Bring your knees onto your chest. Rock and roll 3 times. Stay on your back. We're going to go into happy baby before we go anywhere else. So grab your feet with your hands, pull your knees down. Bring your knees back onto your chest. Take 3 more rock and rolls. Notice if it's popping some of the discs back into place or how this feels on your back right now. And then go to down dog. Come into plank. Bring your right foot to your right hand. Right. And then take your right foot up by your left hand. And it doesn't matter how you do this. You could have it straight, you could have it bent. However you get it there, you get it there. It almost kind of looks like I'm set up for half pigeon where I am right now. And then take your right foot back up by your right hand. Keep your hips low. And then take your right foot back up by your left hand. Back by the right hand. Back by the left hand. One more time, hang tight with me. Take it back up to the right. Drop the back knee. Drop onto the forearms. Or go as low as you can go. One thing I just noticed since I have a mirror available to me right now is how I do this. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm kind of rounding and hunching. If at all possible, try to sink your belly low and your chest low, and then bring your shoulders onto your spine. And even though that's like, even though you think maybe, oh, we're in hips, it doesn't really matter what's happening to the back because that's not what this is about, it actually deepens the stretch. So notice that what happens when you reach forward with your whole body, you're effectively lowering yourself further down into that hip, opening it a little bit more. It can be like a fine line of a distinction if you don't have a mirror. Just go with how you feel. Well, you'll never get steered wrong by going with how you feel. If you want to deepen this a little bit more, you can do what Monica's doing and reach around for your back foot. This is one of those things that's like, honestly, this hip flexor, which is what that's stretching out right now, is like one of the tightest parts of my body. And sometimes that sends me like screaming because it's so tight. But it's gotta loosen up somehow, right? Start right here, right now. Take 3 more breaths. Whenever it comes to stretching, I always remind myself, I'm like, you always say you want to be less tight. You always say you want to be more flexible. You always say you want to this and that. But it's like, but then you'll get into this hip stretch and you won't push as far as you can. Like, how bad do you guys want it? How bad do you want to loosen up? How bad do you want to let go? How bad do you need a release? Come from that place. Go back to downward facing dog. Let's finish up our core work on this side. So come into plank. Move your left foot to your left hand. And left foot to right hand. Left. Right. Left. Spread out your fingers. Press down into your hands. Right. Left. Drop the knee. Drop your elbows if that's there. If it's not there, I invite you guys to take the next step by bringing your elbows onto a block. If you've got a block or a pillow or a bolster or anything to elevate you a little bit, it's gonna be a big difference between being on your hands and being a couple more inches down. It really opens up the hip more. Now breathe. Let's take 3 more breaths. Pull your shoulders back onto your spine. Downward facing dog. Guys, make your way onto your backs. Take fish. If you have something you can put between your shoulder blades, go ahead and do that. If you don't, bring your elbows and the backs of your forearms onto the ground. You're just gonna lean back. And then hopefully you'll be able to rest your head on the ground. If that's not accessible, just try to relax your shoulders as much as you can. Because the goal here, the overall goal isn't really to put any stress or strain on any part of the body. It's just to open up the front side. Start to allow yourself to gently restore. If there's a prop underneath your backside, get it out from under you, put it underneath your hips this time. Or if waterfall is not something you want to practice right now, you can go into shoulder stand. You can go into headstand, traditional handstand, whatever it is that you want to do right now. Just get the top half of your body on top of the lower half of your body. Oh, switch that. Get your feet over your head. Wow, good control, Monica. If you guys need the wall or anything, you can do legs up the wall, or you could do supported handstand against the wall, supported headstand against the wall. Be creative with your options. Release from wherever you are. Go ahead and gently come back down onto your back. Pull your knees onto your chest. And then take your arms out to the side. We're going to gently let our knees drop over to the right and then over to the left. And you can do this a couple times, or if you feel like you need to pause on one side, go ahead and pause. If you want to keep moving, keep moving. Just be gentle, be slow. Bring your knees onto your chest. This pose is the culmination of everything that we've done so far in this class. It's the last pose before Savasana, so rein it all in. Give yourself a big hug. Bring in a sense of gratitude. Yeah, hug yourself. Drop your knees towards your forehead, and then just pull it in, skin to muscle to bone. And now take a big breath in. Exhale a big breath out into Savasana. Let yourself just fully come apart right here on your mat. Spread out. Take up space. And allow the unraveling to take place. So wherever your attention has gone and wandered to at this point, gently coax that back into your space. Notice that you're still lying here, safely pressed up against your mat, relaxed and at peace. And then visualize all of your body parts starting to move. Just see it happening first in your mind. And then give the command for your fingers to start to move. And then your toes. And then gently pull each knee onto your chest one at a time. Roll over onto your right side. And then with your eyes closed, press up to your seat. And bring your hands together at heart center. Let's close class with one Om together. Draw your thumbs together at forward center. The light and love in me sees and honors the light and love in each of you. Namaste. Oh, I really miss having you guys in this room oming with me. I've been doing the lonely Om for a while now, guys. When's it gonna happen? When are you coming back? Keep checking your email. It shouldn't be too much longer. I'm really hoping for like the next few weeks. We're gonna have definite restrictions in place. Everything's gonna be really, really clean for you guys, but I really cannot wait to have you back in the studio. And until then, please keep coming. Like, it just brightens my day, and I hope that like you guys get something out of this. I'm sure you do. That's why you guys keep coming back to the virtual classes, because I know it's not the same, but I'm sure there are a couple little perks here and there, as I'm sure you guys have figured out. So thank you so much for sticking with us. You guys have no idea how much this means and how much we appreciate you guys. Really and truly. Oh, you're keeping our spirits afloat. So thank you so much. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. It's supposed to be really good weather. Maybe I'll catch you outside or at the beach. Mwah. Bye, Monica. Bye, Anthony. Bye, Kay. Bye, On. Oh, something just popped up and walked off my screen. But I know I had Christine, Matt, Mike, Gloria, Kay, On. I don't know who I'm missing, but I honestly can't see half of you guys anymore. I don't know what this is about. Google Chrome notifications or something. Anyway, you guys have an awesome weekend, and I hope I see you soon. Bye.